Welcome, guys. Three secrets to acing test and exam. In order for you to pass every exam you have in school, you need adequate preparation. So, I'm going to tell you three secrets that I personally used when I was in school to graduate with 4.81 that will help you to ace every test and exam. My name is Alfred Akpesi and I am a learning coach. Simply put, I make learning easy for students. So if that is something you are interested in, please like and subscribe, and I will upload a lot of content that will really help you. So let's delve into today's video. Now, number one secret is called practice recall. I know you have heard it a lot of time, so I will tell you how you use it in order to maximize the result you have in school. So practice recall through asking yourself questions or looking for a friend that will ask you those questions. Do you understand? So for example, you are done reading most of your handouts and you have an exam. Just look for a friend and then that friend begin to ask you questions. You understand? What usually happens is that you will expose those aspects that you don't have an idea of. And the more you answer those questions, guess what? The neural connection in your head that is responsible for keeping those information will get stronger. And the stronger it is in your head, the more you can retain that information and the more quickly you can recall that information when you need it. So the best practice you should have when you have a test and exam, number one secret is to practice recall through asking questions. Do you understand? A study was done in Australia. It was also done in England, and 10,000 students participated in this experiment. They asked them which method of learning they used during exam and test, and guess what? The ones who scored higher after the exam, those people who practice exam questions, those people who practice recall. So even science also backs us up. You understand? So practice exam questions, practice recall is something you should add when you're preparing for an exam. Number two secret is what I call prompting. Prompting is now gaining a lot of popularity in the AI world. What does it mean? It simply means, how would you answer a question if that question is given to you? So it's not just about saying the right answer, it's also about how are you going to answer it, because you are preparing your brain to dish those answers to you in order, so that when you see those questions in exam and test, it will be very easy for you to answer it. So instead of saying, if I ask you what is biology, don't just tell me biology is the study of life. That is the answer. How are you going to answer it? Do you get? So if I was the one now, I was asked that question, I would say biology is the science that deals primarily with the study of living things, both plants and animal alike. Do you understand? Do you see my definition now? My definition is looking as if it is more do you get? Yes. So that's what prompting is. It will prompt your brain, it will awaken your brain to structure the answer in such a way that it will make sense. If you are told to list something during the exam, okay, list 10 factors affecting drug metabolism, what are you going to start with? Will you arrange your answer alphabetically, or will you arrange it in order of preference to you? Do you understand? So that's what prompting is. Prompting is so essential. It is my biggest secret in school. I tell you the truth. I don't just tell you the answer, I tell you how I will tell you the answer. So it's like I have a backup plan for my backup plan. Do you understand? So I don't just memorize the answer, I have a way that will help me to remember it even if I forget it. And that's what I call prompting. You see, when I was in school, I don't usually score high in test and exam. In test, especially in test. But during exam, guess what? I score high. Why? This is my secret, I'm telling you. Prompting. So if you have a handout to read, you will ask yourself this question: if this question come out, how am I going to answer it? Then you understand? So you say how you are going to answer it. As you say those words, guess what? You don't know what just happened to your brain. You just told your brain to store those answers that way and give it to you during the exam that way. Do you get? So the number three secret that I will tell you today to ace your test and exam, right, is read through your learning style. Now, what is learning style? Learning style simply means your preferred way of learning. How do you prefer to learn information? So we have 4 types of learning style that we know now. We have the visual learners. They learn through what they see. They prefer imagination, they prefer visual. So if you're a visual learner, for example, you prefer YouTube videos, you prefer TikTok videos to learn. So if you have a graphical illustration of what you want to learn, you will learn better if you're a visual learner, if it is presented in a visual way. So if a teacher wants to teach a visual learner about digestive system, giving that person notes is useless. You understand? So but just draw the digestive system and begin to explain using what you just drew. Then you will notice that that particular student will understand better. So if you are a visual learner, during exam and test, what I want you to do is that you will try to visualize every portion of the handout. Of course, you can do that. I will speak about memorization. I'll tell you how to encode. And that's one of the greatest secrets in encoding. In fact, it's the greatest secret when it comes to memorizing. It's the greatest. Let me just say it. The more you can visualize those things you are trying to memorize, the better it is for you. I am telling you the truth. In fact, visualization has a way of amplifying your memory, but that's not we'll talk about that on another time. So let's come back to our video. The last, okay, I said visual, yeah. So the second learning type we have is auditory learners. So they learn by what they hear. So English language, French, you understand? If you are tilted towards that subject, you are usually an audio learner. Do you understand? So you learn better by listening. So try recording the video. Try recording the lecture and just be hearing it. But during exam, this is what you should do as an auditory learner. This is what you should do. Go to a friend that knows these stuffs that you're looking for and tell that friend to explain it to you. You notice that you learn better when you hear than when you read or than when you try to visualize. Do you understand? So the next form of learners we have are kinesthetic learners. These kind of learners, they have to touch the thing in order to learn. It's hands-on deck learners. Do you understand? So these kind of learners, you see them, they like subjects or courses like computer programming. Oh my God. Why? You know why? Because you learn computer programming by doing it. These kind of learners or students, they are good when it comes to practicals. Do you get? So if you are a kinesthetic learner and you have an exam like biology to write, try as much as possible to be touching you understand? Try to experience what you are reading. If you are reading about malaria, I'm not telling you to say you have malaria. Think of somebody who has malaria. And then imagine feeling that fever, because you learn by experience as a kinesthetic learner. You learn by touching things. You understand? You understand what I'm trying to say? Those kind of learners, they are really good when it comes to vocational things and practicals. So you tilt your exam towards that aspect. Do you get? So the last form of learning style that we have is read and write learners. I belong to that class. For me to really understand and memorize well to pass an exam, I have to write. I don't necessarily go back to read it. In fact, if you see me when I used to read in class those days, if I read, when I'm done writing, I'll just squeeze the paper and throw it away. I don't need it. You know why? Because I'm a read and write learner. So those kind of people, you see, they perform well in calculations, engineering subjects, mathematics, you get, physics, they will perform well. Why? Because those subjects require you to write in order to understand better. Do you understand? So if you want to ace your test and exam, this is what you should do. So you choose your preferred learning style. How do you prefer learning? You maximize that aspect of your learning. Do you understand? You maximize it during test and exam, and you see how you just be acing all the tests and exams that you have. Do you get? I'll give you another bonus one. I love this one a lot. I love it because I've noticed during test and exam, right, a lot of students are tense, they are under pressure, and what they don't know is that those pressure usually limit their memory ability and learning capacity. So if you're under pressure, you won't be able to memorize well, you won't be able to learn well, your understanding will not be efficient. Do you understand? So what I would advise you to do if you have a test and exam to write, this is like my greatest secret. Also, I'm giving my secrets, I'm sincere. So what you do is this: you simulate exam environment or exam condition. So meet a friend and ask the friend this question I want to say now. If you are the lecturer for this course, imagine, okay, let's assume Mr. Abu taught you that subject, right? Taught you pharmacology. Now go to that your friend and ask your friend this question. If you are Mr. Abu, considering the way you taught us, which question are you going to ask from your handout? So can you give me 3 possible questions you're going to ask from your handout? Then that your friend will give you those questions. So you move to your next friend and ask your friend the same question. If you are Mr. Abu, which 3 questions do you think will come out of this exam? So you do that for all your courses and all the topics under that course. Do you understand? And then when you get those questions, I want you to put a timer, set it. If that exam is supposed to last 1 hour 30 minutes, set that timer on 1 hour 30. You can use your phone, just put an alarm the next 1 hour 10 minutes, and you set yourself under that exam stress and pressure. I want you to sit there and answer those questions. Please take it serious. Answer those questions by yourself. When you are done answering the question, I want you to mark yourself. The moment you do this, go and write the exam. Do you know what will happen to you? Let me explain it in a way that if you're a medical student, I believe you understand. There's what they call immunological memory in your system. When a virus gets into your body, right, your antibody, your immune system will start fighting that virus and kill it and push it out of your body. Is that true? Yeah. So also, okay, if that same virus gets into your body again, the next time it gets into your body, it will be so easy for your immune system to deal with it. Do you get? Very easy to deal with it. So what does that teach us? If you can put yourself under examination condition, under that pressure and fear, you are immunizing yourself. It's like you are taking a vaccine to crush exam pressure away. You cannot feel pressurized anymore. You'll be able to perform at a level above excellence, even under that real examination condition. Why? Because you simulated that exam condition the last time. Do you understand? So please take it serious. If this video really helped you, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button to get more of this content. Thank you for watching.